Welcome to Fatherly Fandom. Before the Jedi and Republic, there was a group of darkside users who ruled the galaxy in Star Wars known as the Rakata. Who were these beings and what happened to them? Find out today on Fatherly Fandom. Before we get into it, if you're a fan of our videos, please like our content and subscribe to the channel. It really does help us out and gives us the opportunity to create more content for you. Alright, let's get going. Around 36,000 years before the Battle of Yavin, there was an ancient species known as the Kwa. These beings were force sensitive and had advanced technology. They would travel through space using infinity gates. They discovered the Rakata on a planet in the unknown regions called Lihon, a tropical world. The Kwa taught them about the Force and gave them advanced technology. Unbeknownst to the Kwa, this would be a horrible mistake because the Rakata were ruthless. Many of them were cannibals as well, and they all focused on the dark side of the Force. With advanced technology, the Rakata expanded out to conquer and enslave other planets, and they formed the Infinite Empire. The Rakata relied on the dark side of the Force to power their technology and weapons. They could only navigate to planets that were strong in the Force, and they used Force-sensitive slaves to operate their warships, which would in fact use the slaves' dark side emotions to power them. The Rakata eventually turned on the Kwa because they refused to give them their Infinity Gate technology. Many Kwa died in the battle, but they managed to destroy the gate on Lihon and around the galaxy, keeping the technology out of the hands of the Infinite Empire. Later on, the Rakata came to Dathomir, which was the homeworld of the Kwa, and brutally subjugated the world. Eventually, the Kwa would devolve into the Kui lizards. After this, the Rakata built the Star Forge, which was a massive space station that could manufacture endless amounts of ships and armaments. The station was powered by matter from the nearby star and dark side energy. With the Star Forge, the Rakata could not be stopped and took over the galaxy. They eventually conquered a number of core worlds, including Coruscant. Later, the Rakata encountered the Sith species on Korriban. The Rakata gave the Sith holocron technology, but the Sith eventually realized that the Rakata were trying to enslave them, and they drove them off of Korriban. After years of conquest, slaves started to revolt throughout the Empire, which led to a civil war. Since the Rakata could only travel to planets strong in the Force, there were many planets pocketed throughout their empire that could challenge them. And finally, in 25,200 BBY, the Rakata contracted a deadly plague, presumably produced by one of the slave species, and it nearly wiped out all of the Rakata. And because of this plague, the remaining Rakatans lost their connection to the Force and no longer could use their technology since it was powered through the Force itself. 200 years later, the original Galactic Republic was formed. Now, the Rakata are mentioned briefly in Andor Episode 4 titled Aldani.
Blue Kyber, Skystone, the ancient world, celebrates the uprising against the Rakatan invaders.
This small detail in Andor actually canonized the Rakata, and in Season 2 of Bad Batch titled Entombed, the technology we see in the big war machine with a crystal that powers it seems very much like it might be a leftover remnant from the Rakatan Empire. Now, if Phee is referring to the Rakata when she mentions the Ancients, then perhaps she is looking for the Star Forge. What if this entire season of Bad Batch is leading up to the Empire trying to seize this ancient weapon, and it's up to the Bad Batch to stop them? Just as Hitler was obsessed with the occult, maybe Palpatine is obsessed with these ancient dark side users and the Star Forge itself. It would be an interesting direction for the show to take and an exciting aspect of Star Wars to explore. So there you go, now you're all caught up to speed on the Rakata, the Infinite Empire, the Star Forge, and its possible impacts on what we might see next in Star Wars. So thanks for joining me today on Fatherly Fandom, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel. And from our families to yours, have a good one, and may the Force be with you.